by the time you've found me, you're already on your journey. Nobody finds me just out of the blue. The things I talk about and the words I use and maybe even the way I look is just too off-putting to somebody who's incredibly conventional or something, probably. So by the time you've found me and you've come here, you're already struggling. You're already struggling with not believing in our society and not believing in our culture. So I know this for a fact. I've been doing these workshops for 35 years or whatever, so I know that's true for sure. I occasionally have people from conventional backgrounds, like military. I even had a person here from Monsanto actually. Used to work for Monsanto. And but again, they're all people who are turning away from that. They're all people who are interested in finding out a different way, another way of doing things. And with the school, what I see in particular is because you're coming back, you get to keep asking those same questions that weren't maybe made clear. Because as you're probably starting to gather, I say a lot and I kind of pile it all in pretty quickly. And unless you're really with me, there's a lot that's just going to go right by you. And so this is what I see is, it's like when people come here, I don't know if you know this grafting. Do you know what grafting is? It's where you take one branch from a tree and you put it on another tree. You could also use the metaphor of seeding, but I like grafting more because people are already growing. It's not like I'm planting a completely new thing, but I'm grafting something on. I can show you a graft later too. And when you graft something, it starts slow because it doesn't have any roots. One cell in the graft has to perfectly line up with one cell in the tree. Just one cell. And I feel like that's what the teaching's like. But it's through our heart. And when the heart connection is made with somebody and they make that real deep connection to something, it's like that indigenous part of them gets a little bit of sap. And so that bud can produce a couple leaves. So everybody starts off slow. You have to. It's by necessity. And then the second year, as the sap keeps flowing, the new shoot starts to extend. And then what happens with grafting is you cut back the rest of the tree and this becomes the lead. So that's kind of what I feel I do for people. And so initially it's just small, but then 2 or 3 years later, people write me a letter or they come here to say, like, you changed my life. You changed everything. You changed the direction of how I see things and the direction I was going. And thank you so much. And for me, of course, I'm always it's a bigger thing that's being facilitated through me, so I can't take any real credit for it. It's just part of that conscience and bringing that consciousness back to people.